Hey guys! So today I'll be showing you what's in my makeup stash, and to be honest, I'm so excited for this. But anyway, before I start, let me explain why I store my makeup in this container. The main reason is because of these dividers. I just love how it separates my products and how my products fit perfectly in each of the sections. So basically, I place my blushes here and then my mascaras over here, and then my eyeliners and the like, my extra skin tint and my primers, and then my two highlighters, my powders, and of course my lip stuff. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so what I want to do first is divide these into the glosses and the balms and the mattes and the creams. Alright, so let me start off with these two glosses from Thrive Cosmetics. They are actually gratis from work, but I ended up really loving them, especially because of how lightweight they are on your lips, which I really personally love. Next up, I have these lip tints from ColourPop in the shade The Strand and Agogo. Again, just super lightweight tints, perfect for just your everyday. The next one is my most used gloss out of the whole bunch, which is the NARS Lip Oil in the shade Orgasm. This plus the KKW lip liner in the shade Nude 0.5 is my fave lip combo of all time. Alright, moving on to the mattes and creams. I have this 3CE Velvet Liquid Lipstick in the shade Go Now. This next one is another favorite of mine, which is the Ilia Multi-Use Pigment. And the one feature I really love about this lippy is the precise metal applicator. Not only is it mess-free, but it is also just so cool and fun to use. Next up is this Sunny's Face Lip Dip Liquid Lippy. And as you can see, I kind of have an obsession with just one particular undertone for my lipsticks. But I mean, if you find what works best for your skin tone, then I suggest you just go with it. This next one is kind of a wild card. It was sent to me from a box and I wanted to show you the magic of how it turns glittery once you put it on and press it on your lips together. But it is a hashtag fail in this video. Anyway, moving on. Last but not the least is this Ofra Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Manila. Not am I only obsessed with the shade name, but truly Ofra liquid lipsticks have such an amazing formula. They're all just lightweight but will last on your lips the whole day. Now let's move on to my blushes. Ta-da! Anyway, I also want to divide these into cream blushes and powder blushes, just like what I did with my lipsticks. Okay, so starting off with this Florence by Mills cream blush in the shade Zen Z. Next up, I have this 3CE blush in the shade Cabbage Rose. I honestly really love this color and how it kind of turns into a powder finish once it's on your skin. The last one for my cream blushes is this Juice Beauty Phyto Pigments Cream Blush. This one is super lightweight and not that pigmented. But you can also easily build it up if you want a more pop of color. Alright, moving on to my powder blushes. I have one of my go-to products, which is the MAC Mineralized Blush in the shade Lovejoy. Lastly, my Buxom Primer Infused Blush in the shade Dolly. One downside to this is how I always have to remember to be a little light-handed when using this because of how pigmented it is. But other than that, it looks amazing on the skin. Alright, there you have it. Those are all of my blushes. And here are swatches for reference. Yay! But before we move on, I did kind of forget about my Glossier Cloud Paints. Anyway, here I have the Glossier Cloud Paints in the shades Dawn and Dusk. These little tubes will literally last you a lifetime. Because trust me when I say that even this small dot right here is more than enough. Alright, so now we can truly move on to mascaras. Alright, starting off with this ColourPop BFF mascara in the shade Lavender. Yup, you did hear me say lavender. I don't really experiment with my makeup anymore, but having this in my makeup kit is now a necessity. Next up is the Big Ego Tarte Mascara. Now, every time someone asks me to recommend them a mascara, best believe that Tarte will always be on my list. Next one is actually a collaboration between IT Cosmetics and Drybar. Was not the biggest fan of this mascara, but I mean, the packaging though. This next one is a crowd favorite and also one of my personal favorites. It is the Thrive Cosmetics Lash Extension Mascara. If you happen to see one of these at Ulta, I suggest you go grab it because we're always literally sold out of this. A quick tip for hoarders like me, wait till you finish your tube of mascara before opening a new one to extend its shelf life. The months indicated on your makeup's expiry date doesn't start until it actually has been opened. Alright, so I'm honestly running out of adjectives for all my makeup stuff, but moving on to eyeliners and the like. Alright, so let me start with these Glossy Play Color Slide eyeliners. So I'll go ahead and swatch these for you as well so you can see these colors in action. So next up I have these eyeliners from Marc Jacobs, and honestly, who doesn't love these? Anyway, here is the KKW lip liner I was talking about a while ago, and it's just such a pretty nude shade that I feel like I can easily match this with almost all of my liquid lipsticks. And then my favorite Nude Sticks Magnetic Eye Color. And make way for my Holy Grail Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow Pigment from Hourglass in the shade Reflect. I mean, do I need to explain myself? I can literally have this on my lids and feel like $1,000,000. Anyway, next up are these eyebrow products that I don't really use, but are just good to have in my makeup kit just in case. And obviously, since I have all these pencils, I'm gonna need a sharpener. Alrighty, moving on again.
Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why I'm down? Yeah. No friends of mine around.
Okay, so here I have the Too Faced Hangover RX Serum. Rather than using this as a skincare product, I actually like using this right before I put makeup on, just to give my skin an extra boost of moisture. Next up is this Philosophy Anti-Wrinkle Primer. And of course I need an extra skin tint backup just in case I run out. And now for powders. First, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Powder in the shade Medium. And another all-time favorite of mine is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This one is literally my favorite. It just gives me the perfect sun-kissed look, and I'm obsessed. And last but not the least are these ColourPop Super Shock highlighters. I have it in the shade Flexitarian, which has a nice silver undertone and will literally make you look like a glazed donut. And also the shade Wisp, which has a more of a natural looking sheen to it. Really perfect if you just want a subtle glow.
Now you in infinity, we 98. Trust that he be good. On the ball like BB, don't make no mistakes. Got the faith. The 18 just not gonna be the same. Finna bleed down generations, not gonna be in vain. Too young. Why you gotta go? Why you gotta go? I just wanna know. I just wanna know.
Alright, so now it's time to show you the basement of my makeup kit. This is essentially where I keep all my palettes and all of my brushes. So for the first palette I want to show you, this is the NARS Exposed Cheek Palette. This is honestly the perfect color palette selection for me, and there's nothing in this that I don't use just because I love all the colors in it. Next is this Ulta Beauty Sculpt and Glow 3-in-1 palette, a perfect product for when you're on the go. So cute. Again, I rarely put on a full face of makeup anymore, but this Zulu by Juvia's Place is such a fun and amazing palette to have, and it's definitely something I gravitate towards when I'm feeling creative and I want to play around with my eyeshadow. Last but not the least is another holy grail product. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam Palette. This is actually my second one and was actually a gratis from work. Anyway, I love everything about this palette, and I mean, look at those colors. Anyway, these are all of my palettes, and I love them all so much. Alright, now it's time for my brushes. I like to keep all of my brushes even if they're old, just because I feel like as long as they don't irritate my skin and as long as I wash them regularly, they will last me a lifetime. So I'm just gonna go ahead and organize these by use. So I'll have my highlighting brushes, and then my blush brushes, my bronzer brushes, foundation brushes, and lastly, my eyeshadow brushes. I also have this brush bath from It Cosmetics for when I clean my brushes, although I still personally prefer soap and water over this, but it's just good to have just in case. Alright, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video just as much as I enjoyed making it. Drop some of your holy grail makeup products as well in the comment section down below. I would love to read up on it and know what your favorite products are. Anyway, that's it for today. Keep safe and much love, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Okay, bye!